Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Locker Room podcast. I got a fantastic show tonight. But before we jump on the show, I want to ask all my first-time viewers, those who will be watching for the first time, please subscribe to the Locker Room podcast. Please, once you watch it on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and subscribe. There's my disclaimer there. I got some guys who got a lot of knowledge, and tonight they may say some things that kind of blow your mind. I'm Daryl Natil, and we're back again on the Locker Room podcast. I got three guests. I got a couple of more coming in. My first guest is, oh, shucks. Hold on.
You left us in here?
Yeah.
Man, take that little funky jersey off, Joker.
Hey, it's home. It's fam right here, man.
That's home now, man. That's
home.
Yeah.
He from Tampa too. Yeah.
All right. My bad, guys. Somebody was trying to text me, and I hit the wrong button. We're back. Okay, here's the coach. That was Coach trying to text me.
All right. Coach Brown.
Coach Brown. Can't see him.
That's what they used to say about my skin complexion. They see you.
Coach Brown, you there? All right, we're gonna continue with the show. My guests tonight are some guys who I have a great value to, because they're great men. First of all, with their families, they're in the sports world, and also they hold a lot of value. Here he is again, Coach Brown. Let's see if we can get him back again.
Tighten up, Coach.
Coach Brown. All right, we're going to continue with the show. My first guest to my right on the screen just realized a couple of days ago that we're family. We should be family, because we wear the same colors almost every day, them Dallas Cowboy colors.
Yes, sir.
I want to welcome to the Locker Room podcast, Troy Hambrick. Say hello, Troy.
How's it going, everybody? How's it going?
All right. My next guest, young man I've known since 19, wide receiver from BCU, living over there on the west coast of Florida, Mr. Eric Reed. Mr. Reed, how you doing, sir?
Hey, blessed. Good to be on the show, man. I'm always watching and tuned in, so we make it do what it
Oh, yeah?
Now.
Your mama watching?
Yeah, she watching. I got some of the family. They tuned in, my kids.
Is that her right there?
Hey, look at her face and look at mine.
That's Miss Betty.
Sir.
Hey, Miss Betty, how you doing?
That's Miss Betty.
Everybody.
That's Miss Betty?
That's Miss
Oh, my
Betty.
God.
Yeah.
Who these people right here?
Yeah, that's my family there, man.
Oh, man. Beautiful looking family.
Blessed,
Yeah.
You blessed, E. Reed. You blessed, young man. You blessed.
Mine is my son Isaiah and my daughter Jaya. But that's my family there. Yes, sir.
And Miss Betty, I think Miss Betty used to wear the 85 in the stand when she came to watch the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah, all the time. She brought the whole crew, the whole family used to come, man. Away games, they took the bus, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Loaded up, and they were there.
Yes, sir.
Number 85 for the Wildcats. You played for Coach Wyatt, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, why Coach Wyatt used to have y'all mismatch, man?
He designed the uniform.
He got the maroon top and the gold bottom, but them Denver Bronco uniform.
Yeah, man.
Go on, get off our coach, Nat.
No, Coach Wyatt, my dog.
Yeah, he's the cleanest thing on the sidelines, man. Come on.
But I also have another person that I want to talk about. I had Nick. This is your third time on the podcast. We always talk about Lil Nick, but what about this person right here?
That's my baby girl right there, man. She's
tell the folks about her and what she does.
That's my daughter, Natalia Rawls. She is, for those of you all that happen to know me and maybe are Facebook friends of mine, she's the single strongest person I know. My daughter has a testimony that is unique and powerful. She came into this world at 28 weeks, weighing only 1.5 pounds.
Wow.
She spent 4 months, her first 4 months, in an incubator in the neonatal intensive care unit in Gainesville, Florida. And after a couple of surgeries, she made her way out. And what you guys see in those photos is now an award-winning competitive dancer.
Wow, congratulations. Wow.
Oh, wow.
She's 16 years old now, and she's an honor student and sophomore in high school. And yeah, man, it's giving me goosebumps just talking about her right now, man, for real.
It will.
Truly a blessing. Truly a blessing.
She's an athlete herself.
She's at the
I
studio as we speak right now.
Yeah.
I also want to welcome onto the podcast the birthday boy himself, Coach Brown. Coach Brown, welcome to the podcast.
Brown, how you doing?
Birthday. Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Thank you. How's everyone doing tonight?
Doing good.
Coach.
Bless.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you, Coach.
Coach Brown,
You guys
I got to do it like this. I got to do that for the wives. How's she doing? How the boys doing? How the boys and the wife doing?
Hey, they're doing great, man. They're doing great.
All right. I do that to keep people out of trouble. Oh, he done dropped already.
He lost him.
I do that to keep people dropped. And plus, she'll share the podcast too.
It sounded like he had a bad connection though, so I don't know maybe if it was.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I was acting up a little bit.
But I don't want to slight this person.
Amen.
Yeah, man, that's my rolling partner right there, man.
Amen, bro.
Like I said, told Brother Hammer, we 22 years going on 23 years married.
What?
26 years together.
Man.
Yeah, 26 years together.
Amen.
We have 3 children, 3 grandchildren.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, God is good, brother.
Yeah, I saw it look like something white was on top of your head there. I was looking, man. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Man, what's going on? Lean a little closer to me. Let me get closer to me.
Hey, it's haircut time too.
Let me know that.
It's haircut
He
time.
got a little white stuff on. He got a little snow on the top.
Tell me you paying the price, bro.
Hey, but on Hamburg, I see something missing on top of your own though.
Hey, boy, that thing, man, I'm telling you, boy. I'm talking about 10 kids later. You know, 5 girls, 5 boys, man. Got 5 kids, mom. You know, just you know. So I had, you know, the kids got to get the hair. The kids
they
can
took
have
it
the
all
hair.
from you, huh, brother?
Yeah, they get it all, man. I got 5 girls. I got all girls from my wife. I live here with my wife and my girls, man, and they wear daddy behind. Ow.
Man, look at
Wow.
how many jobs you got outside of that NFL money?
Man, like you know, so you realize, you know, that they need transportation. The 2 things they need: transportation and housing. So
the young ladies cost more than all the boys.
Man, I'm telling you, I got 4 cars.
One of them costs more than all of them.
They are the real deal, man. These kids keep daddy going. I sell cars part-time, so you know that helps out with the transportation part of things. So you know, just trying to teach them how to be responsible adults, bro. But they got daddy wrapped up, and I see they got you wrapped up too, Nick.
Man, look here, man. I joke and tell people, you know, I'm running out of people in my house because baby girl is the last one left. But Lord, she the biggest ticket.
Yeah, she the biggest. I have an 8-year-old. I got 3 grandkids on the way this year. So
Whoa.
you know, I'm coming into that season of 48. You know, coming into that season.
Too.
You're a baby, man.
I'm not
48.
quite there, but we about the same.
I got clothes 48 years old.
Man, say that again. What say that again?
I got some clothes 48.
I believe it, man.
All the thing on it. Hey, before we go any further, I like the dialogue. Before we go any further, I want to give a couple of shout outs. My first shout out goes to this young lady right here, Demetria Frank, former BCU basketball coach. She's at Georgia Mason now, and she's been promoted to associate head coach. Shout out to Michi. Coach Michi, shout out to you, homegirl.
Yay.
All right.
I got one more here.
Congratulations.
Let's see who else I got. I got one of my guys right here from Florida, used to be the Florida Memorial coach. He's now the first head football coach at Chicago State. They're starting football. Bobby Rome II, former North Carolina Tar Heel running back, former UVL coach, former Central State coach, former Florida Memorial coach, now the head coach at Chicago State. That's my boy.
That's awesome.
Another shout out goes to this young man right here, Pastor Jerry Simmons. He's going to be doing a men's empowerment next month, and I think I'm gonna be on program because he asked me,
Uh-oh.
you know how to connect football with God, you know how to connect sports and God. So I went on a rant on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, just showing him a lot of the ministry that I did. So this young man, I be dealing with him. I do a lot of work for the Lord, even though I do the podcast. I do a lot of work for the Lord also.
Right.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome, man.
so
Great work.
let's get around to Mr. Hambrick.
Yes, sir.
Sure, everybody knows you played, football in the NFL. You started out where you started out at Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Started out at South Carolina, went over to Savannah State. You even had a stop in Daytona. You told me about. Tell us about it.
Yeah, man. Was leaving. Me and Lou Holston kicking off well when he was signed to the University of South Carolina. They got rid of Brad Scott. I was coming into my senior year. And so, Lou and I was smoking that good reefer then. And Lou and Lou wasn't going for it. And I said, Lou, if you just let me smoke that reefer, man, I'm gonna run the football for you. But Lou wasn't going for it. So they ran my, they ran my, he ran me out of South Carolina, bro. And I went down to FAMU, tried to get on there. The GPA and everything else was already jammed up. They wouldn't let me in there. So I got my brother Andre, your cousin. And I got other brothers that's graduated from Bethune-Cookman, and they say, man, give BCC a shot. And I said, okay, bet. So they set up the meeting and everything for Wyatt. I get down there, and Wyatt, when you get me there, it's like they try to corner me off to get me to go ahead and sign. Go ahead and sign. Go ahead and sign. Go ahead and sign. And it's early in the morning. It's 7 o'clock, and it's, I'm like, hold on for a minute. Hold on. But I need a home. It's like 2 weeks before the start of the season. It's my senior year. I need to get on somewhere. So I'm like, y'all, just hold on. So I said, I tell you what, I'll sign. Y'all going out to practice. I'll sign, and I'll come on out to practice with you guys. Man, they walked out that building. I walked to the edge of the portables there, and I was able to see the football field, and I saw all the running backs hurt. Everybody on crutches.
Boy, look here.
Man, look here. Man, all the running backs hurt. And then they got my little running back here. Norman Graham was there also.
That's Reed boy.
Yeah, and I kind of want to speak, and I'm looking and I see everybody hurt, man. I can't. And I see why they hurt, man. The line wasn't doing too much. And so boom, I go ahead and go get in my car and I leave. I don't say nothing next to Wyatt. I don't sign no papers. I haul ass. And I get on 95, head back to Columbia, South Carolina. And Jerome Fitch and a friend of mine named Derek Harrison at the time called me and said, hey, Ham, we got Coach Steve Wilkes down at Savannah State. We think we can get you in there, man. And my goodness, and that's where I went. Got off 95, went back there and signed right away. I didn't look this time, but I didn't know what I was signing.
Was this 99?
This was 99.
Yeah, your last year, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, this
I didn't even know you. I didn't know you was in the building, bro.
Bro, he came so fast. We were at practice. I seen him. I'm like, we call him Wimp where I'm from. You know him as Wimp. Yeah. I say, that's Wimp.
Ooh.
Big old joker walking through to the portables, going in there. That's the meeting room.
Yeah.
By the time practice was over, he was gone.
Man, they had four coaches had me in the corner. They had 4 coaches that had me in the corner like they was gonna jump on me. Hey, I'm not signing nothing right now. I need to see something. Let me see something. And man, I went out that door.
Hey, listen to me, man. We had a phenomenal offense. Our offensive line was physical. It wasn't that they wasn't doing nothing, bro. They were just standing up against some monsters.
Okay, I'll go for that.
And you got to know a little bit about us a few weeks later, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Cause y'all put that thing on my behind. Boy, I swear to God.
It was not the O-line. Hey, man.
Hey. It was. Hey, I thought it was gonna be a walk in the park, man. I said, no, I need to go get myself together, boy.
Yeah.
What?
That was the first time I saw Hambrick look human, because everybody else he run through.
Man, I'm talking about 240 pounds, 250 pounds, man. Man, running the speed option. That's what they had me running, the speed option.
Yeah. You supposed to be going downhill. You ain't supposed to be going right and left. Yeah.
It was a little different for me at the time, but hell. Yeah. They got me in there. I had a 1.3 GPA to get me back in college. I don't know how the hell I get in there. I've been gave up. When I got to the University of South Carolina, I blew some protections at practice, and the coach got on to me. And he said, Hambrick, we brought you here to play football, son. And that was the end of me going to school. Okay. Well, you gonna make a decision if you're gonna go to school or you gonna play this football. and that was my ticket out, man. And I changed my views on going to school. I went to doing the bare minimum.
Gotcha.
And I got myself in the jam, but man, what a ride. What a ride, bro.
I remember, I don't remember the whole game, but I remember that game against Savannah State was probably the most physical game we played that year.
Good God.
We knew we was gonna have our hands full with you, and we knew they was gonna give you the ball. What we didn't know was that you wasn't gonna shut up. Boy, you talked I'm talking about you. I don't know how many yards you had that game, but you didn't have a lot. But you didn't have a lot of help either, though. You know what I mean? You had a heap of talent, and we knew you was going to the next level, so we wanted to make sure that we didn't let you get off on us like we knew you was about to do. And our coaches was really, really smart. Pete Adrian, our defensive coordinator at the time, he really prepped us literally for just about everything we thought that y'all was gonna do. And we just had to stop you from getting them feet going, man. You a big boy, man. But you talked the entire game, bro.
Man,
I thought I was a talker. I said, man, I ain't never seen no 240, 250 don't shut up.
Man, you know, that's that Florida chat. You know, you got to chop it up right on that football field, boy. You got to have something to say. You got to have something to say.
You'll get your 2-3 yards, boy. You talking like you hit 65 on us, boy.
That was the plans. That was the plans, bro. I swear to God, that was the plans. You know, but getting to know the guys, you know, that first game we had you guys first, man, getting to know the guys, trying to learn the offense, trying to get acclimated to Savannah, you know, but after that game, man, I think we went on a heavy roll. Yeah, how you doing, Coach Brown?
Y'all had a good team. See, y'all had a good team, and
I got connected.
Y'all had a good team, man. We knew, like I said, we knew that what we was standing in front of. We knew we was standing in front of NFL running back. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And we wasn't gonna let that boy. Look here, Coach Wyatt put that thing on our defense, and Eric can tell you our defense. You know, we had the #1 defense in the conference.
Wow.
I think we finished our senior year with the #3 secondary in the whole country.
Wow.
Not just in the conference. We played ball on that side of the ball in the late 90s, man.
Man, I didn't know. I found out about HBCU football, bro. I didn't know nothing about black college football, bro. You feel me? They trained us back then that you got to go to an SEC to play some football, bro. And man, I got experience with HBCU football, bro. And I come to find out that I missed out on 4 years of my life. It's
sure
nothing
did.
like, man, if I had to do it again, I would go and sign for HBCU, bro. I would go sign for, and boy, I'm talking about keep the tradition in the community, bro. Huh? And so it's so much unity there. Okay, go ahead, man. I enjoy it. How you doing, Coach Brown?
I want to segue from there. We got Coach Brown on now. Coach Brown, you're over at Daytona Elite Academy.
Yes,
Talk to us a little bit about that program and how kids segue into college.
It's junior college football, man, in the state of Florida, man. We blessed to have it. I love it. This is our 3rd year in existence. The first year went 6-2. Last year I was interim head coach, went 7-1. This year we're part of the ICAA, so we get to play for a national championship. We got a lot of kickbacks, a lot of kids instead of going in the portal, they're coming into JUCO.
Okay.
And we got several. I picked up 6-7 kids this year, kickbacks.
Okay.
And people finding out Daytona has one of the programs, and everybody want to come to Daytona, man. You got Cookman, you got Embry-Riddle, you got the Beach. We ain't got BCR no more, but we got enough entertainment for these young men.
Wow. And it's good for them, man. That transition is tough. Leaving out of high school, trying to get somewhere, and trying to get acclimated somewhere, man. You know, when we came through in JUCO, it was in the West Timbuktu some damn where.
Right.
You know, you had to go out to Wichita, Kansas, some doggone
right.
Dodge City.
I got a couple kids that was at Kansas,
right,
and they transferred back this year.
Right.
And when they found out we were closer to home, they're from Cocoa.
Right.
They're coming in this year, so you know it's taking off, man.
That's good. That's good information.
We play Atlantis University, Fort Lauderdale, Clayton State,
right.
Barbara Scotia, Tennessee Valley Community.
Okay.
We got a pretty tough schedule this year coming up. We got Weber. We played Weber the first game. Got a good coaching staff, man. Terry Williams that played with the Jets, DB coach.
That's my cornerback coach. I ain't know Coach Terry was coaching with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I fire Terry every other weekend, man. Terry get fired, man.
That sound about right.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
That's about right.
Coach Brown. He asked him. He used to fire me every week too.
Yeah, that's my dog. The year,
Terry used
the
to
three
fire
Come
me
on
months,
over
about
there
my
and sit
mouth
down
every single
somewhere.
week, man.
the
yeah.
3 months I was up to Cookman, that was my dog. And when I left Cookman, that was my boy, and we hooked back up, and him and I very close, man. I fire Terry every other weekend, man. He tell me, Brown, I say, Terry, just go sit down. Just go sit down. You know, and we laugh and talk about it every day.
Yeah.
Man, Coach Terry taught me a lot about football, man. He taught me a lot about how to be a
Man.
man
Very
too, though,
knowledgeable.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable man of the game, man. He knows the game. And I learned a lot from Terry. I learned a lot from him. Matter of fact, we just had one of our kids. Last year, I had a kid sign with USF. Last night, I had one of my safeties get offered by Michigan State.
right.
Oh
Wow.
wow, that's awesome.
That's good
Yeah,
That's
work.
awesome.
Good work, coach.
That's
Good work.
awesome.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's good work,
So,
Man,
man.
Let me ask a question.
Coach Terry know
Let me
how to
ask a
get the
question.
DBs to the next level.
yeah,
Yeah, he does. Let me ask a question. We got 10,000 kids in the portal.
right.
Is that a graveyard? How do you rescue a kid out of the portal,
Well, I had a
Coach?
couple kids today come from Cookman. I had a couple kids. I forgot the young man's name. We getting ready to do his paperwork. He went in the portal, nowhere to go. Um, Met me. Coach Woody and I talked. Sent him to me. Sat down with him. I say, son, where are you going?
Mm,
You know, he don't have a home.
mm.
So why would you go in the portal without a home?
Without a home,
You
Yeah.
know, and these kids are not being
they
educated
they're not been
on that
educated.
part of the game.
Right. That's right.
They
Right.
just want to pick up. Things are not going their way,
That's right.
so
They
they
want to
just
run.
pick up and just go in the portal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's 10,000 kids in the
Yeah.
portal.
Yeah. I
And
agree,
if you're
It
coach.
not
ain't
coming
and
from
it
an
ain't that
10,000.
many spots out.
if
There ain't
if
that
you're
many
not coming
spots
from
on
an
teams out there
Alabama,
either.
Yeah.
if you're not coming from an Alabama, Georgia,
They
Florida
ain't studying.
State, you gonna sit in the portal.
You gonna sit in the portal.
You're gonna stay
Yeah.
there. I said, dude, you leaving a D1 AA,
Yeah.
small black school.
Yeah.
Who knows about you?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He said, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, I didn't think about that. I know
Yeah.
you didn't.
I know it.
Hmm.
You know, and
Okay,
it's sad because they're not being educated on going in the portal.
Wow.
and
A
it's
person
worse
has been.
now because the limit now is 105.
Wow.
Right.
Because I know Cookman had 135 in the spring. They gave it to 35 guys,
Yeah,
30
they gotta
Dabo
guys.
get
Sweeney,
down.
Dabo Sweeney
You gotta get down to
said it
105.
best. Dabo Sweeney said, how was he gonna go and tell those kids, 40 kids, they off scholarship?
Mm.
Because they
Mm.
cut it down. They've
Wow.
cut it down.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a whole
Yeah.
different ball game out there
A
now.
whole different ball game. And
Yeah,
and
And
it's
man.
I can
sad.
say,
Yeah.
I support so my position on the portal is this, all right, is I support a player's right to choose where they want to go to school. The reason I do because coaches have the autonomy to do the same thing.
Right.
And anytime a coach can go wherever they want to go. But as players, and Hambrick and Reed, you guys can speak to that, man. You know, the only way we could play immediately is if we went down back in the day.
And yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now these kids, if they are educated properly, if they do have some interest, if they do have right film, good grades and such, they can find a home that may be a better fit for them. I
Yeah.
really just think that as far as the portal is concerned, I don't think that the governing body, meaning the NC2A, really, I think they should have slow walked it because
Yeah.
I now when kids, I mean, there's kids that's like 4 or 5 schools in now,
Yeah.
and
That's
and,
crazy.
and I think that they should say, okay, cool, we're going to allow you at the portal, but we're only going to let you go to two, right? Two schools is the maximum, and these are the stipulations with regards to the second transfer, these types of things. You know what I mean? Because at this time, I think a lot of times these kids just running from competition. If I'm being honest,
That's all they're doing is running from competition. They
That's
think it's
that's
easier,
what they're
and
doing.
they think it's easier across the street. You know,
I
and
think it's to a point it's competition, but at the same time, I think it's about the money.
yeah, that too. I
You
think it's
got
about the money
because
too.
you
yeah,
take the average kid to go to Alabama or University of Georgia, and he goes in there as a 5-star, and he's playing behind 4 other 5 stars.
Yeah.
he can go back in the portal
And
and
make more
go
money.
to bum to Bishop
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
and get the money he should have got at Georgia and be a starter.
Wow.
You
And do
know, so it's a misunderstanding with the whole thing, and a lot of people not educating these young men on the portal. You got me. And then another thing with that portal thing, a lot of these kids are losing their career. They sitting in the portal, and time is ticking.
and time is ticking.
Yep.
Time is ticking. You not
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I had a kid. I had a kid last year come to us. He was a 2018 graduate. It's
Good night.
2024.
Wow. Wow.
That's
It's
yeah. That's that
2024.
portal. That
Wow.
that's that
Wrong
COVID
man.
year.
Yeah, and you
Mm.
got kids sitting in the portal that's done been in the
Wow.
graduated high school in 2018,
Yeah.
2019,
Wow.
2020. Dude, and at the JUCO level, we even telling those kids, dude, your point is you what can you do for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you I can't get you nowhere. Only thing you're
I
gonna do is go to school, get your degree, and probably play some football and go home.
can go home.
Mm.
That's it.
It's
Yeah. I
nothing else,
talk with kids.
you know.
I talk with kids that I coached in little league that are in college now, and kids that are even at Bethune, and I tell them, look, uh, don't go jumping in that portal just because somebody made you not feel good today.
Mm.
Mm.
So you're gonna mess around. You're gonna mess around and walk away from a free education and opportunity to play the sport that you
Right.
love or be a part of a team
Oh yeah.
just because you're not happy with somebody said. And I'm pretty sure whatever that kid that you sat with, Coach Brown from Cookman, if he's honest with himself, outside of whatever personal issues he has, he don't have no real reason to leave
But
Cookman.
you know what? That's funny you asked because I asked the first thing I asked him, I said, why did you go in the portal?
Mm,
He couldn't give me an answer.
Mm.
that's
I
it.
said, are you scared of competition?
That's right.
I said, what is it? You know, I said, because we don't have no NIL money like
That's right. That's right.
the
That's
white
right.
institutions. So,
Yeah,
you got an opportunity to come to a historical black school, play football, get your education, get your degree, and
yep.
move on in life. But why would you why would you go in the portal?
That's right.
What's the reason of you going in the portal?
Mm.
And he
Kid
had
probably
no
don't have
answer.
kid, and this is not
Mm.
back. This is not bashing the kid, but this is just speaking in general. Kids that are a lot. I bet you a vast majority of that 10,000 kids is sitting in the portal right now. They don't have no film since high school.
They got nothing.
A lot of them don't. A lot of
Some
them
of
don't.
them's GPA. Some of them have shaky GPAs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of and
1.6.
Yeah.
they have swollen ideas of who they
That's right.
are, right? And of who they are as a player and
That's
what they
right.
can do and this, that, and the third, which is back in Hambrick and Reed, Nat, everybody here played ball. We all on every level that we play ball have seen somebody that college football just ain't for them.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You're right.
Right. Just don't make it.
I wasn't the best football player coming out of Gainesville, Florida at Buell's High School. I was
Right.
probably I was on my team, I was probably middle of the road, right? But I had good grades and speed and I had heart.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
And the
I mean, we
loyalty.
at Bethune-Cookman, we had guys transfer in from University of Florida all over Ohio State,
Right.
thinking that we was something that we wasn't. When we
They
bust
ain't
them in their
Right.
lying.
mouth, they had to figure out this football.
It's
Right.
football.
You
It's
know?
football.
Like Hambrick. Like Hambrick said.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when I went down there, boy, they put something on me down there in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Them
Hey,
boys put
what
some
we'll
football
tell
on
you
me.
to say, Reed, it'll all tell and all tell.
All tell.
But
Yeah.
But,
at the end
but
of
here's
the day, I think some of the college coaches at the higher level need to sit down and put this kid in the chair in front of him and say, why are you going in the portal?
Yeah.
Don't just sign the paper and let him go in the portal.
Uh,
You
But I mean,
recruited this young man, you followed this young man, you went and sat down with him and his family. And you got this kid to come out of his environment to
yeah.
come into yours.
And then
And
dump.
give
And
up on like that. Yeah.
you just throw your hands up on
You
him.
throw your hands up. Job done. And move on.
It's not
Do
fair.
you all,
It's
You got.
Coach
not
You got.
Brown?
Yeah. You
Coach
got the
yeah.
Brown,
roster.
do you have a portion of your your program where you talk to kids about the portal, educate them on the
All
portal?
day, every day. Every day we do that. We talk to these kids when we go in, and I tell parents the same thing when we're out recruiting. Everybody think their child is an Ohio State kid, a Florida State kid. And I tell people, it's better to send your child. People fail to realize in the next 5 or 10 years, JUCO it's gonna be $1 million
It's
program.
gonna be $1 million. Yes,
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be $1 million
yes, sir.
Oh
game.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
now that they see, when we come out in the 80s, we didn't have a star system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now they got this 2-star, 3-star, 4-star,
yeah,
5-star.
yeah.
And if these kids are not stars, they're not gonna get that offer.
Right.
Yep.
And a
Mm-hmm.
lot
They
of and a
running the
lot of
JUCO.
coaches, we were at a clinic, Terry and I, we were at a clinic, and the coach said, Coach, I probably recruit 10 high school kids. And I heard Dion say the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
They've cut their
yeah,
numbers down on recruiting high school
yeah.
kids
Cause they
because
getting
they
ready
go in the portal and get a
and get them
kid
ready.
already college ready.
Get ready. And same thing
Yeah,
happened with
yeah,
my
yeah.
daughter
It's about
down.
winning right now.
I sent my
Yeah,
It's
daughter.
about winning right now.
that's the name of the game. It's about win right now.
Yeah.
I sent
If
my
you can't
daughter.
win right now, you're
You're
not
in
gonna have a
trouble.
job.
Yeah, and that's putting pressure on the coach. The
It
coach got to
is.
perform. The
It
coach got to
is.
Yep.
perform,
It
or the
is.
university don't want them. It's like that microwave success. They
Yep.
don't sit there and watch you build a
Yep.
dynasty no more.
You don't
You
have
got to
you
get
don't
that
have that
thing
three.
ready to go.
Nowadays, the coach don't have that 3-year window
They
where
don't
they
have
have
it no
3
more.
years to get a team
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
You got to come in and win right now.
You got to go right now.
And if you don't win right now,
And
and you can't train, we get kids at the JUCO level come straight out of high school, and it's no way these kids are Cookman ready.
right,
It's no way they're University of Florida ready.
right.
There's no way. These kids are so green and they're lame in the coaching they're getting in high school.
Wow.
You know,
Now
it
see,
takes, like, we're a 2-year program. And I tell parents, it's going to take your child. Your child not going to just come unless he's one of those kids come in and pick up right now.
Right.
You know, other than that, he's going to probably sit a year and he'll probably play next year.
That's right. That's right.
And they be like, Coach Brown, even at the JUCO level.
Even at JUCO, we got
You
players
know,
here.
because we run
We,
a complex defense. We
and
run a
we
complex
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah.
And a
and
lot of these kids can't grasp that. You know, you're going from a route tree to concepts.
yeah,
You're going from a coverage to a bracket.
yeah.
These kids never ran a bracket
That's right.
defense.
That's right. That's right. That's
So
right.
it's hard for them to comprehend that. You know, they come in on raw talent.
Yeah.
You know, if you run the basics of 1, 2, 3 coverage, they probably can excel at that. But when you get into the brackets and whatever not, they get confused.
Yes, sir.
So these kids are not being programmed at the high school the right way. So
Mm-mm-mm.
it
Yeah.
No,
goes back,
I,
unless you
I
got it
think
down south.
a
go ahead.
lot of these high school coaches, because this transfer portal, I hate to use those two words, but that's in high school too. These kids, I'm gonna take my talents and spend this my last, you know what I mean? And these coaches, I think it sucks, but it's the reality of what it is. These coaches a lot of times are scared to coach these kids hard because they think they might lose they good
You
players.
could go. We
mm,
were just talking about this. You can go in the spring with a team, and you can say, "Yeah, I'm gonna be ready come fall," because it
Mm-hmm.
happened to me at the
whole
high
new
school
team.
level. It happened to me at the high school level. I went in that spring knowing I had a good team going in the fall in District 2A. That when we got ready to go in the fall, I had the AD call me and say, "Coach, you just lost so and so." 2 days
Wow.
before practice start.
Wow. Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's trickling all the way down to the high school
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a kid just left, a top running back that Seminole had coming out next year, a 26 kid. He just walked away on Callahan them last week. He moved down there with Northwestern. He going to
Wow.
play with Teddy them down south.
Wow.
How can you stop it?
Wow. How can
How
you
can
stop
you
it?
stop it?
How can you stop
Wow.
it, bro?
They
I'm
wrote
talking
they
about-
wrote that boy a check.
And
They
then
wrote
that's
that
where it's
boy a
going.
check.
And we're in a community down here at my high school that won the only state championship here in Pasco County that we can't seem to keep no players now. That's the only thing they're hollering about is transferring. And mom and dad is on the same crowd. When I came up, my parents didn't have the resources to run us to another school. My
Not
parents,
only
you know,
that, I can remember 2 years ago, 4 years, 5 years ago when I was coaching high school, it was a recruiting thing. You get fined.
yeah,
If I try
Oh
to
yeah.
pull
it just
a
happened.
Tracy handbrake from Brooksville,
We just
I'm gonna get
happened.
fined for that.
Yeah, it just happened. It just
I'm gonna
happened.
get suspended for that.
The head
Matter of
coach
Not
is
no
fact,
off the
more,
job.
the guy at TFA down in Orlando, they got a $3,600 fine last year.
They just
Yeah,
fired.
they did.
They just fired the Pasco High School coach. He didn't even coach the game. They just fired him and fired the school. Him 2,500. The school 1,500 because he tried to call down the Zephyr Hills and say he texted some kid saying, "Hey man, I heard about your talent. How can we work getting you down here?" And they got it all written out on transcript, and they fired him. We still don't have. They just bought back Tom McHugh, and we're gonna see what he does. But that's a whole nother story. I live right across the street. I live right across the street from the high school, and I constantly go up there and try to volunteer and try to implement my ideas to an organization that don't accept me or my brother. I mean, I don't know other way to say it. I've been in trouble, but I haven't killed anyone. And I had a drug offense. And I had a drug offense that's been behind me for 15 years now, and I haven't done anything else wrong but tried to come and say, "Hey, I got volunteer hours here. How can I help y'all? How can I help y'all?" And then as soon as they I just can't answer it, and I'm done. And and I'm at the point now where I'm done answering it. I even tell them, "Hey, I live right across the street from the high school. How can I help y'all with helping some of the at-risk kids, the kids that's in trouble? Can I come up here and volunteer my time to you guys?" They're not even accepting of that.
Yeah.
And it's bad because these kids need us. I stay working the streets in the ghetto, in the hood, in the projects before they even get to the school. I'm sitting in the hood with the dope boys on back of the tailgate, catching the kids walking through, giving them $5, talking them up, pepping them up, trying to help them. That's where I'm finding my line of work at now. I'm not tied into an organization.
A lot of those kids, those are the kids that I target when I recruit.
Yeah.
My director get Matt Brown. They ain't got no money. It costs our program to come to our program is $3,500, and then they get their financial aid because we're two separate entities.
Yeah.
We send the kids to school to Daytona State. We run the football portion of the program, so we're two separate entities. So they get all their student aids and all that from Daytona State, but you pay $3,500 to come to Daytona Elite. So I tell him a lot of time, dog, the dogs are the kids that get in trouble. And I love those kids because we helping those kids out. And a couple of years, like the first year, I had a
life
couple
down
kids.
for them by giving that opportunity.
Yeah, a couple of kids I had out on the Pokemon. Well, they went to Northwestern. They were real dogs. And he got up here to Cookman, got in trouble, and he came over to me. And kid could have went anywhere after he left us. And he messed up with transcripts. He had transcripts at Cookman. He owed money. He owed money at EWC. And I talked to the kid about 6 months ago, and I said, "Cam, why don't you come back and be a volunteer coach, man? You say you want to get into coaching." He said, "Coach Brown, I'm hanging out, dog. I'm making money." And that's what we deal with. That's what we deal with when we ignore these kids.
Hey,
Coach
Eric.
Brown, do you have a kid coming into this next class? Do you have a kid last name Hickson?
Who, me?
Running back out of Osceola?
Who, me?
I think it is.
Coach Brown.
I think it is. Matter of fact, he told me the other day I had a running back coming from Osceola.
Yeah, last name Hickson. I know that kid's a great kid. Come from a great family, a hard worker too.
That might be him.
Tap in with me after this, man. Get my number from that. We can top it up. I'll give you some insight on the young man. But he probably in the weight room right now, no lie.
Okay, yeah, because my AD we got Warrior Day coming up Saturday. All the new kids coming in. We gonna almost like an OTA, familiarize ourselves with them. And he told me I got a running back coming from Osceola. So that might be him.
Yeah, tap in with me.
I sure will.
What's his name again? Troy Hambrick coming out well? What running back? Say what? 34 power?
Hey, boy,
that ain't talking. Somebody give me that raw. Somebody give me that raw.
Handbricks anymore, boy. They don't make them handbricks.
It's over, baby. It's over.
But give me that tater, man. It ain't over, man. I got one more speech. I got one more tone in me, coach.
I said the same thing. I got a nephew just signed with Colorado this past year. He went out in December. And the other night he surprised me at my party. He home for the summer. And I looked at him when he left here. I was a little bit bigger than he was. And from December till Sunday, this Negro got bigger than me.
I
told him,
D1.
I said, I got one more in me. He said, I hit a little harder now.
Yeah.
I say, you might be right, big dog.
Yeah, no, you might
Hey,
be right, man.
that's grown
Yeah,
man business right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
How
Hey,
do we think Shador gonna make out, man? How do we
okay,
think the
now
changes?
see now y'all segueing into where I want to go next.
I know you want to do
We
all this.
want
I
to
already
talk
got you,
about
Dr. Grant.
that.
I got you, Dr. Grant.
We want to talk about this, but before we go there, let's back up a little bit and talk about the draft. Can we go there?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Here's the first. In my eye, here's the first draft.
Mm,
Yeah, that's powerful right there.
mm.
Woo!
Ain't too
That's
many names.
how they used to line us up. Who can jump the highest?
That's
Who
right.
the fastest? Who the biggest? Who the quickest?
Who's
That
stronger?
was the first draft, and it's almost the
Wow.
same thing today.
Well, yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
They
They do
Mhm,
just
the
they
same
just
mhm.
smashed you
thing.
with a couple extra
They,
dollars.
yeah, it's coming back, man. They that's what they do. A big meat factory.
Yeah.
A big meat
That's all
factory.
it is.
Yeah.
Hauling them big old hogs in there, Dad.
They don't never show. They don't ever show.
So
I've
They
listened.
don't show the
I've
videos and
listened to
pictures of the
almost
guys
every
at the combine
podcast that's
walking through
out
with their
this week,
tights on.
and everybody had their views on what happened with Shador and the reasons. So I want to hear everybody's take. I want to hear E first because me and E talked about this. E, what's your take on what happened on the last 3 days, the 3 days of the draft?
Pretty much, it's just like a power. The power structure made it known that they on top. They the top dogs. You can't mess with the NFL. That logo, that shield, they pretty much to me seem like they put everybody on notice. It don't matter who you is, who your family is. They the top dog. I think. I think Prime and Shador, they probably like everybody kind of saying they overplayed their hand, but at the same time, it could have went different. It definitely should have went different. He shouldn't have been in the fifth round, pick 144. I had somebody that's very close to the family, close to him. Pretty much they gave me a quote, man. They just said they hate how they trying to assassinate his character. He said he know this man, his family, and he said the narrative they putting on him is just ridiculous. It make no sense at all. And that's somebody that's with him, all the time, pretty much. So whatever narrative they can kick out there, push out, just know they will.
T Ham, you went to the best organization in football, the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, y'all better stop.
Man, it is too close to Sunday for that blasphemy. Okay,
Yeah, I'm trying
it
to tell
is
you,
too
bro.
close to Sunday for that blasphemy from you, Nat.
Look,
I'm not going for that tonight. Okay.
Hey, man, I tell you, but we're. I think personally we're forgetting. I think personally we're forgetting that the measurements and everything has to add up. I think with Shador holding his dad's hand and Deion leading the direction out to Colorado and the conference there and the strength of schedule there, maybe gave Shador a window there that he could excel at. But do the NFL see that him excelling from the conference that he's coming from, and he's not coming out SEC, I don't think they had him up there no way. I really don't think that he is a first round draft pick. I think he's where he belongs at, and I need for him to get back to playing football, get all the politics and everything out of the way, and let's see, can you do something with this 6'1" frame, 6'2" at best frame that you have, and see, can you excel at a professional level? And then the numbers are there. The numbers are there. You've made money. It's not about the money. Let's just get back to the basics. Let's get off of the fifth round pick. Let's just say, hey, man, you got in there. Because I don't watch the damn draft. They passed up the best running back in 99 I thought was out there. They didn't. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I went undrafted. I had to go to the river and cry.
but what you came back with?
When I come back, after I turned the river, when I came from the river, I come back to my brother, want to jump on me and fight me. Because the Cowboys been calling, trying to bring me in as a free agent the first time, and I'm out here pouting and acting like a damn baby. And it wasn't over. The battle wasn't over.
There you go.
You just need to get in the door, Daddy. Get in the door and do your thing. Do what you're going to do.
But it's something unique. Then we're going to go to Coach.
They got to get rid of the politics and play. Let's play some football, man.
Okay. Coach Brown, what's your take?
there's several things I saw wrong with it. I think Dion handled the situation wrong. He abused
Opportunity.
his power. You
Opportunity.
know, and like he said, that shield powerful, man.
That shit
That
powerful,
shield
Dad.
powerful. You can't beat them white boys.
You can't do that.
And you not and see what I think Dion got to the point he forgot he was black.
Mm.
And he challenged them white boys, man, and them
Well,
white boys gonna win.
he thought he was
They gonna
OJ.
win.
You better.
And the second thing is, can you imagine what that kid gonna go through in the locker room?
You better
His
believe it.
dad ain't there to
Yeah.
hold his hand.
His dad
They
ain't
gonna
that hold his
jug
hand.
at him. They gonna
But,
jug at him. They gonna fuck.
but
Excuse me. They gonna mess with him.
we're gonna tie
You
his ass
know,
to the goal. We're gonna tie his ass to
yeah.
the goal
They gonna
post.
do
We're
all
gonna
kind of stuff.
waterboard. We're gonna do it
And
all
then,
to him. He got it
and
coming.
then,
Gotta
you
take it.
know, at the same time, every offensive coordinator Dion brought in,
Was
he
favorable
wouldn't
to him.
let them guys work with that kid, man.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let them. They was trying to prepare him for down the road.
Yeah.
Dion wanted them to do what he wanted them to do,
Yeah.
and all the boys left Dion. You know, so I think he went about it wrong. I think Prime gonna be Prime.
Yeah.
You know, I love Shiloh because Shiloh is so humble. And I think Shiloh gonna be a dang good NFL
Defense
player.
back.
I think he's gonna be a very good NFL player.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Shador got too much his daddy in it, man.
Yeah, prima donna, got a high sense of entitlement, and that quarterback position that a lot of times it blows your head up.
Yeah.
Unlike myself at this frame I just want to play football. I want to run on kickoff team. I don't mind tackling. You just got a football player here. Put me on
But you
defense.
know what?
But that offensive player, that's just my
I
take.
was I was looking at something one of the podcasts today. He's so humble now.
Yeah, and
He's
we'll
so
do it.
humble. And
Right.
that's probably what needed to happen.
That's what need to
Somebody
happen.
told me, they say, you know what? Nothing happened by mistake.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
things happen
true.
for a reason.
Yeah,
And I was looking at that kid today on a podcast, and they asked him something. He said, "All I want to do is just play football."
that's all
He
that's left,
he
bro.
wasn't flamboyant.
It wasn't there.
He wasn't talking arrogant. He just I just want to play football.
Give me a
All
shot
right,
at
so
it.
I got a question. This question is for my man Nick. So, do you think Shador got a bad rap because of his father?
I think that's part of it. What I think, as far as the situation is concerned, I think Prime misread the room. I think that Shador not being prepared for whatever those interviews were at the combine, because it came out that there was at least one team that said he bombed interviews. I'm going to assume that was the Giants, and I know that they kind of said that they didn't want to go there, which is a whole nother story. I don't, and these are small things that Hambrick you can speak to. I didn't like that he had his hat to the side, you know what I mean? And I didn't like his response to the question, if you want to change the culture of your team, then you better draft me. And so with them not doing, and I don't have an issue with him not doing the combine, by the way. I watched all his football. I don't care what anybody says. He's at worst the second best quarterback in this year's draft. In a weak quarterback draft class,
I
by the
agree.
way.
I
Okay.
agree.
There's no way that just from a quarterbacking standpoint that he wasn't the number 2 quarterback on every team's board that had a quarterback need. All right. But Prime made some statements back in the day, regarding, well, we may just not go there, you know what I mean? And things of that nature. These owners like Hambrick and everybody here said that shield, they listen. You know what I mean? And
All
I
right,
firmly believe they misread the room. And I think that some of the teams, I know for a fact, a bunch of their head coaches are scared to death that they may lose their jobs because, truth be told, the majority of the teams in the top 10 or 12, they either have a new coach or a coach on the hot seat.
Amen.
I
So what
haven't
I'm
thought about
doing
that.
is I'm bringing in a kid whose dad is not only one of the greatest football players or athletes in the history of sports, he's also a head coach at a growing P5 program. And he has shown that he knows how to win games. So,
Okay. All right.
I just feel like, Prime he misread the room real rough there, and
Okay.
Shador paid for it.
All right. This right here for T. Troy. This picture right here, elaborate on that.
Nah.
The present fathers. You got LeVar
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah, I
You got
see.
John Moran and his dad. You got
Yeah,
LeBron and his son.
yeah. He's
Are the fathers getting a bad rap or what?
well, no, it's a tussle. It's a tussle of the new era of the black fathers. The black fathers that's in present in these boys' lives. You feel me? And I think they ain't used to that. They used to having these black boys with white parents and other people, and and the black dads are standing up now.
Yeah.
And they trying to lead and direct them. They're trying to lead and direct. Some got experience with it, and some don't. Some say I can lead them. It might not be the regular way everybody leads them, but they're getting the job done. These are exceptional, talented kids that just got some great parents, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everybody don't, like you say, they leading in a different type of way.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
like some of the machines, the higher ups, they don't like that for
yeah. They
whatever
don't.
Yeah.
reason.
I got 5 sons, and I'm saying Troy Jr. If I had if I had to say and say, hey man, can I get my son in here? I'd be more talking on an appreciative and the opportunity.
Yeah,
I think Shiloh played good ball, but I don't think he's in a conference where he should be demanding. Not Shiloh, Shador. He should be
Shador.
demanding. Yeah,
Shador.
Shador. I don't think he should have been demanding about where he's going and what he needs. I think he should just fell into a spot quietly and humbly and
Mm-hmm.
went on by his business. Unlike when I came up, we didn't have the
Yeah.
NIL deal, so we ain't got no pre-money. So
Yeah.
financially, I don't think
These
personally
kids
he's
are
not.
a new type of beast.
Do you
yeah.
know? I don't think personally that he financially should have been worried about. I think he just need to get to a solid team where he can produce.
Yeah.
And I think that's my
It,
take on it.
it
That Prime read the room. He read it wrong when he tried to thought Jerry Jones was gonna hire him at the Dallas Cowboys.
no.
Dion,
Just
I'm talking
like
about
Okay.
Dion.
I
Dion read it
saw
wrong
somebody
then.
I saw a take today earlier, either today or today, where they were saying that, potentially Dayball was scared that Prime was gonna
Right.
take his job. And that take what those gentlemen said was it was a glaring truth that people just don't really pay attention to. If you take a picture of the Giants front office, it's gonna tell you that the last thing they're gonna do is to hire Prime.
Yeah, the high
Hmm.
last name, man.
It's only I think their assistant GM is a brother. But after
Yeah,
that, you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
I just don't see
They
it. I
they're
don't see
not
it.
doing that. You know what I mean? Dable
I
ain't
don't.
scared he gonna lose his job to Prime because they're not hiring a black coach.
Yeah, they're not.
No.
They're not. And
Okay.
I think Prime is a motivational, Prime and inspiration to the kids. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
think Prime getting into the professional level and being a coach there, I don't think the inspiration is there. I think he inspiring these kids, and they are listening more to him. When
Yeah,
you get up there where
I
we
love him
at,
in college. I love him in college.
I love him in
I love him
college,
in college.
and I like for him
Yeah.
to get into a powerhouse team. But I don't think
Yeah.
Shador had. I don't think Shador had the was in the right conference.
I can bring this to you. I can bring this full circle for the Wildcats in the room, okay? When I look at Prime and when I listen to Prime interview, it takes me back to the 90s. It takes me back to when
Okay.
Alvin Scheinweiss got the job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time. Alvin Scheinweiss is the single greatest motivator I've ever met in my entire life.
wow.
That ain't even close.
He is he's a man who did it. He did it his way.
Mm-hmm.
He did it at the highest level, but he also can convince you that you could run through a wall and it didn't matter what that wall was made of.
Wow. Wow.
And
You're right.
I see that in Prime. I really do. When I listen to him speak, the confidence
I'm telling you.
and the way he articulates his message, the
I'm
way
telling
those
you.
kids look at him too.
That's
You know
what
what
he
I mean?
said.
It's the way
It's
we
a true
read.
home.
It's the way we used to look at Coach Wyatt back in the
Oh
day.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Coach
true home.
Wyatt was prime before prime, if you ask me. Like,
He's the original.
yeah,
He's the original.
I talked to Wyatt a couple of weeks ago and I got goosebumps then, man. So
Wow.
ain't he still
Thank you.
just
Thank you.
hearing him talk, man.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
Prime is better for college, man, because
I think he
his
is.
whole thing was kids, always been
Yeah.
Yeah,
kids from little
yeah.
league to high school.
And I'm
Yeah.
still sore.
Yeah.
I am still sore being an HBCU guy that he didn't give Jackson State a fourth year. I really felt strongly that he was going to give
Yeah.
Jackson State 4
I
years
felt
and
strongly
then
about
move
that too.
on.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm an HBCU guy. So
Yeah.
I will scream this to this day. Love what he's doing in Colorado. Jackson State deserved another year, and that Colorado job or another gig would have been waiting for him.
A better gig too. I think a better gig. He might have got him up at
And
Florida
that's
State
not saying
somewhere.
that the guy that's there is not doing a phenomenal job. He's doing a great job. I just feel like we as an HBCU community, if he really was about what he said he was about when he came to Jackson State, he would have given them one more year.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys talking about Coach Prime. Take a listen to this.
Thank you, Lord. See, we need to say that sometimes without preceding asking for something. Thank you, Lord, just because. Thank you, Lord, because you are who you said you are. Thank you, Lord, just on the strength of. Let's thank God because he is who he says he is in this world of lies and misrepresentation. God is consistent. God is present. God is everything and all things. What he is not a genie in a bottle, awaiting to grant your wishes and your commands.
That boy finna be a preacher in a
Got
few
a
years.
story. You probably don't remember this. Remember when Dion played in the World Series and in the Super Bowl?
Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
remember why they really hate him? Let me show you why they really hate him.
Of his two-sport day last Sunday. Felt like he would gain a measure of revenge, not with champagne, but by dousing McCarver with 4 tubs of ice water. McCarver was furious. So was CBS Sports. Rick Gentile, their producer, complained to National League President Bill White last night. McCarver wants a meeting with White as soon as he can get one. And after this confrontation, Tim McCarver confronted Sanders.
Tom is right now. You are a real man. You know that? You are a real man, Dion. I'll say that.
He disrespected Prime. I remember that. All right.
He
I remember that.
disrespected
I'm a
Prime.
Braves fan. You hear me? I'm a
Yes, sir. Me
lifer as a
too.
Braves fan. I remember that like it was yesterday. That man talked cash trash about Prime playing baseball and football.
Yeah.
He couldn't control him. Prime was going to be Prime out there on that diamond just the same way he was on that football field. And that man didn't like that. He never gave Prime the benefit of the doubt. I would also speak to this. Prime didn't play a lot in that baseball game, by the way. He was hurt.
He was
People
hurt.
don't remember that. He played in the series, but he did not play a lot in that last game.
That last, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the draft
That
is
man, I
over
remember
now.
that vividly.
The draft is over, right? I posted this on Facebook, and I want you guys to kind of take a look at it and you can elaborate on it. In 2023, the NFL was 53.5% African American. 1.6 of them were from HBCU landscape. 0.5 of them were drafted.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot you got kids who are African American, and if they go to a Power 5 school, they get opportunity to be drafted. But that same talent, you send them to an HBCU, you got to go undrafted free agent.
Yeah, they won't even get a look. And on my team, I had 3 Pro Bowlers, Canadian football legend, talent. Coach White always tell it, they will come find you. But like you say, lately they ain't even been giving us a look, man. For whatever
It's tough.
reason.
I think one kid, the O lineman from Alabama A&M, is the only HBCU kid to get
Yeah,
drafted. But
Benson.
actually, the running back from North Carolina A&T, he transferred from A&T to a P5 school, and he got drafted this year. I can't remember. I wish I could remember his name, but he don't count because he didn't get drafted from A&T. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looked like to me, and Nat, maybe you looked at this, but it looked like a lot more HBCU kids got signed as free agents this
Free
year
agents.
than
Absolutely, they did.
in years past.
And even if you look at Dion's other son,
Shallow.
Shallow, had to fire Dion and get my man out of Miami. What's the little scout out of the agent out of Miami, Drew Rosenhaus?
Yeah.
He had to get
Did
Drew
that really
Rosenhaus. That's
happen,
how he
though?
got
You know what I
signed
mean?
by
I
Tampa
don't think
Bay.
that really happened.
Well,
I don't really think that happened. I think that was them being funny, to be honest with you.
You think they was being funny about it?
Yeah, I think they was just being funny.
If they wouldn't,
Here's
I
the
bet he
thing,
had Rosen
and
House on
Hambrick, you
speed
mentioned
dial.
earlier. I think Shiloh's going to be a good ball player eventually. I don't know that he's going to make the Bucks roster. And the reason I don't know is because that DB room is packed.
It's packed.
You know what I mean? Like, we
Right
drafted 2 guys and we signed several others. We already had a young nucleus in that room.
That's right.
I mean, he's not going to play defensive back, so he's looking to make the team as a special teamer.
Special teamer. Yeah.
And it's going to be hard. It already was going to be hard, but it's going to be even harder. You coming into Tampa with all those guys that was there.
Man, I went down there when I walked in the room down in Dallas. Man, my rookie year, bro. And I walked in the room with Emmett, Chris Warren. Remember C-Dub out of Seattle?
Yep.
Chris Warren. Man, he just signed a new deal, man. You got 4 or 5 draft picks Dallas already got. You got 4 other players that already been around the league with experience. It was, man, that room had at least 12 people in there when I walked in there, man. What the hell am I doing here? Huh? They had to find me a chair.
Yeah.
Huh? They had to find me a chair there, bro.
Yeah, but you like, there's the other kid, the LSU lineman that the Cowboys signed a few years ago that caught that charge, and he was a top 10 pick, and he was vindicated with the charge, and then the Cowboys got him and signed him. Now, not necessarily that you had charges and stuff, but you were a guy who you had I would say, from my recollection in South Carolina and even seeing you at Savannah State, you had a top 4 draft grade, rounds 1 through 4. But because of what do they do? They label us with character issues, right?
Yeah, yes,
and then they also say, what else? Well, he went to Division II Savannah State.
Yes, sir.
Which is an HBCU. So they used all that to get you for cheap.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
They did.
So
they did come out. They did come down and work us out. Now we did. We had a good showing for the pro day.
Yeah,
man.
And I hope Savannah State gave you the love that you deserve regarding that showing for the pro day as well, because your name and the way you performed that year is singularly the reason why all those teams showed up.
And you got Roosevelt Williams got on to Chicago Bears there. You had
y'all had several transfers, didn't y'all?
Yeah. I really didn't. I went down to my daughter did a 5th year down at Savannah State for basketball. She came out of Americus, Georgia. So she wanted another year. Those couple of years that she been down in Americus didn't really go the way she wanted it to. So she got me connected with Coach Baker over there at Savannah State, and I finally had a chance to go down, man. My first time back to Savannah State in all these years.
Man, and I wish you would let me know, man. The athletic director is my classmate, Opio.
Wow, I met him with the dreads.
Opio, that's one of my guys.
Yeah, man. I met them all, man. I met them all, man. And to go down there, man, to go back to HBCU, bro. Good God Almighty.
Remember, we got some pads over here down there on Jesse Street. You want to come and try out, man, for the Cats, man? We just changed your name to Andre.
Yeah, I know, bro. Hey, man, you get my age, you want to complain a little bit. I want to complain about my head hurting. I want to complain about my tremors. You hear me?
Yeah.
I want to tell you, I need some help. I got these 10 kids. I got to leave something behind for. And I need these people to continue to medically take care of me, to see me through, man, to give me a decent lifestyle and a decent living, man, and get some retribution on some of the good work I done put in.
All right. Hey, we're going to all say a happy birthday again to Coach Brown.
Coach Brown?
Yeah.
He gone. I don't see him on the screen. But
look at him.
Coach Brown, how old are you now, Coach Brown? 21? 22? He ain't even there.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday again. Happy birthday. Yes, sir.
All right, I want to have a little fun here. I got something for Troy. Troy, this for you, Troy.
He's so used to my brother. He knows about my brother. He knows about my Uncle Mudcat. He knows about my family. Hey. So that's a good shot.
But what was crazy was I was standing on the sideline in '99. I was doing radio for BCU. You were playing running back, and I knew who you were. You didn't know who I was.
I didn't have a
And
clue.
it took until Mr. Ed Reed to post on Facebook that he's going to be on the Locker Room podcast. And I saw your comment. I said, I finally got a chance to talk to Cuz.
Man, oh, Cuz,
So
man. So many years gonna flew by, man.
we've been looking for each other forever.
But no, I'm telling you, I didn't have a clue neither, brother. I said, Andre Grant, boy, you got to be a smart man to know that guy.
But then when I said Muntcat, just when you knew it, Jim
Yeah.
Muntcat Grant, Major League Baseball pitcher. Yep.
Yeah.
So y'all can't folk for real then, huh?
Yeah,
we can't vote for real.
For real.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
That bloodline serious there, man.
Man, that thing
Athlete.
jumped out. Boy, my daddy wasn't nothing to be messed up with, boy. My daddy was
Athlete.
brown, boy. And you
Elite.
talking about where I get it from.
Hey, I want to make you guys laugh again. Here's a guy I never listened to till last night. Listen to this.
This was the NFL's plantation slave masters coming together to remind Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, and Black America that you have no say-so here. You have no power here. And if you ever think that you are our equal, we will destroy you.
Did he speak truth or what?
It's been like that for
Dr.
so many years.
Hey, if you want to dig into it, this past weekend was definitely a direct example of who has power and who doesn't.
All right. What?
Hey, is this Shador? This is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
It's going to be nothing to do.
Yeah, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Wow.
There's video. There's video of the other guy in the room doing a prank too. They pranked a couple other guys.
Wow.
They got. I think they said they had 5 or 6 kids get pranked over the weekend by that group. I think that the dad should. I think the Falcons should have fired the dad.
Fired that guy.
All right.
I think so too.
I think $100,000 is a drop in the bucket to a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
All right. And you know the Falcons are going to pay the fine anyways because if they ain't fired him yet, they really want him in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been a good reason to let him go.
That's a horrible joke. I mean,
that is horrible.
Some people are hinting their future right there, man. Right there. It's hindered me for I don't know how many years. I don't even watch the draft. I listen to you guys. I look on Facebook and see who got drafted, man. Them missing me on draft day, man, has really. So to get pranked like that.
Yeah, like I said, that was evil, man. I mean,
but you there you go right there.
Hey, man, you see that guy there, man?
That boy looked like he was talking trash right there when that picture.
He was talking trash,
man. I think the Joker had just stripped me of the ball.
Oh Lord.
I think that Joker had just took. I think we played Washington that game. I think LeVar Arrington took that ball from me.
Hey, but here's something crazy. You played behind Emmett in Dallas, then you go to the Raiders, get traded, and go right back and play behind Emmett with the Cardinals.
Yeah, man. They tell me about that trade when I finally get from Oakland out to Arizona. The first person they say was, "Hey, man, they picked me up. We went down to have dinner." And Denny Green and his coaching staff said, "Hey, Hambrick, Emmett say, don't spend now day in Arizona. He want to see you first." I said, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he want to see you, man." So I ended up seeing him at the locker the next morning. And no, Emmett said, "Man, my wife want to see you." I said, "Huh?" And he's married to Pat at the time. You know, I said, "Huh?" I said, "All right." So they end up calling me over to dinner. When I get there, when I walk in the door, she said, "Hambrick, I don't want no shit out of you here in Arizona. We come here to play football and get some money. I don't want no crap out of you." I said, "Baby, I understand it. Baby, I understand the game now. I'm with y'all now. You hear me now? I'm with y'all now, man." You know, we laughed, man, had a good time, man. And that during that time there in Arizona with Emmett, man, that was some of the tightest time we had. Hung out. They was just building up Scottsdale at the time. Just building it up, man. We hung out at bars, man. We had an excellent time, man. He ended up having me chase him in the Lamborghini a couple times, thinking I could catch him. I'm in a
Oh my
Cadillac.
God.
I'm in a
Y'all
2002
doing
Cadillac.
the rug. Y'all
Hey,
acting
boy,
like
hey,
rug.
it's
Man,
hot
I'm
out there
telling
in
you.
Arizona, boy. It's hot out there in
When was y'all on
Scottsdale.
good
It's a,
terms in Dallas though?
well,
I know
I
you was
don't.
young.
I was just young, and you know, I was young. I was young. It was more, I believe, it was more of the press talking than I was talking at the time. I think the press was saying that I was getting 5 yards of carry, and Emmett wasn't doing them getting 2 yards of carry. And I think the press got involved.
Okay, cause
And they brought it in. They were speaking the facts that the offense was moving a lot better with him bringing this motherfucker. Excuse my French, brother. I'm sorry. I know you do the Lord's will, but you know, but
It's the locker
that's the
room.
spin they put on it. That the spin was Hambrick wants Emmitt Smith out of Big D. That's it.
Hey, do what we
Like you
gonna
said, these
do.
narratives they can go either way.
Since Hammer
never.
in here cussing, we gonna sing to the coach again. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. That's right.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
Happy
to Coach
birthday.
Yeah, Coach
Brown.
Brown.
Happy
Yeah.
Coach,
birthday,
how old you
coach,
now,
Yeah.
with
Coach?
the glamour
21?
shot. That boy
Yeah,
got
21.
the R&B, the
21.
R&B
I
look in
like
that
it.
picture right
I
21?
there.
like it, man.
I'm
Laid back
21.
on.
Yeah. 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 Didn't
All right,
know.
guys, look. I'm almost out of time, but my next podcast, I want to show you something. My next podcast is going to be dedicated to this guy right here, J.R. Richard. You know what? The first person I ever mentored was J.R. Richards. I left Bethune-Cookman. My first job was with a Major League Baseball team, the Houston Astros. And my first assignment was to live with J.R. Richards.
Wow.
I'll have his wife on, some former players, and the former GM of a minor league baseball team. We're going to be on because we're trying to get JR's number retired. This is a picture of me and JR outside the Astrodome somewhere in Houston. Look how young I was back then. Flat
Man,
Yeah.
stomach.
that got to be about 1969, 72.
That's
I
when
think that was
JR played.
80.
That's
I
when
think that's
JR played.
83, 82, 83. But I can tell y'all the
That's a
story
long
about this
time
picture
ago.
right here, but I won't. I ain't gonna tell y'all the. I
Hey,
won't tell
hey,
y'all the
hey
story behind
Daryl,
this picture.
man. Daryl, we waiting on the book. That's what I want. The book from
Oh,
your
you waiting on the
eyes.
book?
See
You
some
waiting on my
Yeah,
movies, man.
book?
You
man.
got so many
Hold on.
black
Let me see.
Photo and
movies.
Let me
You've
see.
memories
seen
you
so
got.
much.
You talking about that one right there in the
You
corner
wrote a
right there?
book?
Okay.
That book right there called "Hiding in the Open." See
Oh,
me
I
in the
know
hoodie
it.
right there.
Yep. Yep. I see it.
Hey, I'm working on the audio portion of it, and
Okay.
every time I try to release this book for 10 years,
Yeah.
and I think now God has given me the green light to
And
do
that's
it.
where, yeah, and that's where I'm at. I'm in the process of trying to get something going with the guy named Books for Athlete, Kelly Cole. And Kelly
Mhm.
want to talk about my walk and, you know, me leaving pros and going to prison, federal prison and all, and going through that whole thing for a drug charge back in 2007, 2008. And, you know, just trying to put the message out there, man. You know, we're not getting educated and, you know, just losing financial literacy, man, and messing up your money, man, and just keeping it wrong in all the wrong situations and, you know,
Uh-huh.
and how detrimental it could be. And
Mm.
I thank God for change and transformation on a young brother like my mind,
Amen.
where I can settle in and try to put a little wisdom on some of these cats coming through. And Coach Brown, I wouldn't mind reaching out to you, Coach Brown, and
Yeah.
touching these guys, man, and anybody else, man. I work for me. You know, I work for me, and I ain't got no schedule, and I like to come and, you know, and at the age of
I
48,
like to have you. I like to have you.
I want to share it, man, and let them know,
I'm gonna
man, see
get
how I can grab them.
I'm gonna get you guys' number from Minister Darrell when we get. I'm gonna reach out to him and
Yes,
get you
sir.
guys' number because I love the network, man. And your story, Ham, that hey, I done traveled that road. I threw my career away because of that.
Yeah, man.
You got me back in the '80s. Back in the
Yeah.
'80s.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shucking and
So
jiving, shucking and jiving, man. Shucking
yeah.
and jiving, man.
I
So
tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do another show, but it's gonna be live.
yeah, I like that.
It's
Okay.
gonna be live in an auditorium, and I'm gonna have Brown and Hamburg and some more guys on, and we're gonna be in front of some kids
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Let's get some power going
and
on,
let
man.
y'all
Let's do
tell
it.
y'all story.
You
Let's
know,
do it.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
get y'all connection. I'm gonna get y'all connection on Facebook, man, and see how we can network, man, and come together, man.
Bet.
That's
Hey,
I'm with
where
it.
I'm at, man.
on a sad note, I wore number 6 at BCU, wide receiver. My slot receiver was number 5, John Golden Holden. We all had nicknames. I was Nat the Cat. His
Yeah,
name was John Golden Holden
yeah.
from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He died Easter Sunday.
Wow.
Oh
So I'm
man.
dedicating this show to my. Hey, he even made up this thing we used to do. It's called receiver fever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
We can get in the huddle and say receiver fever.
yeah.
Let me tell you a quick story about John. John and I used to battle for playing time. One spring, John caught 68 out of 69 balls.
Mm.
I caught 70 out of 71.
Wow.
That's the competition. We were so because either number 5 was gonna play or number 6 was gonna play.
You better
So
believe it.
I dedicate this show to my former teammate John Golden Holden. Another young man I want to talk about. His name has come up a couple times because Shadu is going to be bumping into him. Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
I have a story to tell about him too. It's going to be in my book though. I won't tell it out loud. It's going to be in my book.
I think Watson he played his last downs in Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'll come in contact with.
I think
But he got a lot of money on the books.
Oh, he did well.
Yeah.
He did well. He sold the brand.
He definitely made it. He definitely made his
He
money.
did that.
He sold the brand. He sold the brand, man. And those are paydays that everybody want to look up and stumble across, you know. But that's just like that boy out there in Oakland. What was his name? Number 2 out there came out of. Got out there.
DeMarcus
Russell.
Man, I'm telling you, just a slap bust, man. Mess up all the brother money, man. God damn. Rob them people like that, man. Y'all won't give. I'm trying to get a meal, bro. Y'all got me at 200,000. I'm trying to.
Hey,
Emmett was making 13 million then. You hear me?
On that note about Watson, and we talked a little bit about we talked quite a bit. I know he's a 5th round draft pick. He's in a really, really great position in Cleveland.
He is.
No, they are
But
not a
Flacco
good
on there for a year.
organization. They have a solid defense. Flacco didn't play well down the stretch.
Right.
The kid, the backup, he's on the one from Pitt. He's on his 3rd team.
Yeah.
Pickett.
Did they get rid of? Wilson is out. Wilson is out.
But
Gabriel can't hold Shador jockstrap. I don't care what nobody say.
So
is Gabriel the kid that played at UCF that tore his knee up?
Yeah.
Went
out to Oregon.
Same kid.
Yeah.
That's the same kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same kid. But
So
today it came out where Jacksonville might trade for Shador. Trevor Lawrence got 2 no names behind him, and Jacksonville right now. It came out early this morning. They're in the process.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're in the process of trying, and that'd be where you need to be.
That's where it need to be at.
Yeah,
that's a good place for him.
That's
why they got wide open guys down there.
And
they get ready to build a new stadium.
And I'm saying
the problem with Lawrence in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I'm saying they got to get a value. They got to get a value. They got to make a move on them fast.
Trevor ain't been consistent.
No, they got to get a value on them fast.
Trevor been the golden boy since he left Clemson.
That's right.
And you bring in a Shador and put that pressure on Trevor.
Yeah,
Trevor be out of there.
So the problem becomes nowadays, as we see it, the new era is these owners and these GMs are going out and getting these 9-10-year vets, that knows the game, So I think they're gonna put something else in front of Shador, maybe 2 more competitive guys. And, I got Shador just being on I don't got him playing. I got him. These leagues are going for these 9 and 10-year vets now that can just get the ball out and know the game. Because these guys gotta win, like you said, Coach. They don't have time to play. You feel me? The years of building now is not there no more. So now we got to go get these JUCO players, right? And we got to implement them. We got to go get these 9-10-year vets and we implement them and say, we got to go now. And that's what the problem is with these young talents, besides Michael Penix Jr., even though they still put Cousins in front of him.
Represent E.
Yeah, he's
Got
the only
to.
special talent I think this year that's ready. I think he's even more ready than the guy down in Chicago.
He's
What
more
about
ready
the
than Richardson.
kid
He's
at
more ready than
Washington?
Richardson with the
Yeah,
coach.
Richardson went into the great setup. I like that. He's ready. I mean, what's his name? The boy down there in Washington. Yeah, he's
Oh,
ready.
Jaden Daniels.
He got the right offense coordinator. He got the right everything.
Daniels.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, he got the right offense coordinator down there.
But
Yeah,
I
he's
think
ready.
Shador
I
would
think
be real
Richardson.
good.
I think Anthony Richardson's only issue is going to be. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
I think Richardson's issue is going to be he just ain't played a lot of football. I think that's the biggest problem. We did the same thing. We said go ahead and we went ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
I think Shador would have saved Mike Tomlin's job. He should have went to Pittsburgh. He'd have saved Mike's job.
They're waiting on Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Man,
Aaron washed up, man.
Mike finna be out of there after this season.
He out of there. He out of there this year. I think Shador would have been his savior. But if he get that Jacksonville gig, that'll be a good move for that kid, man.
Yeah. So when do y'all project to seeing him on the field? Or y'all think Shador is ready to get on NFL football as we speak?
No.
Can anybody? I think Cam Ward. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Nick.
I think Flacco's gonna be the guy, but Flacco didn't play good down the stretch. He showed his age last year.
Yeah,
but I think
Shador
finds his way into being the backup, and then maybe back like Pickney, like Penix.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of the season they put him out there and see what they got. If he's
But see what we forgetting, Shador got the #1 jersey right now selling.
That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The fans gonna get Shador on the field and get Flacco out of there.
Good point.
Yeah.
The fans want to see Shador Sanders.
And Shador has been to 3 high schools already speaking. 3 high schools he's already visited.
Yeah, he's already visited. One with his mom over there, Polaire.
Coach Brown, you heard what I said?
What'd you say?
I think Flacco gonna get Flacco out of there.
Yeah. Flacco washed up, man.
Yep.
He washed up.
Them boys want to win. Them boys want to win. Them boys want to win. Can you win with a rookie quarterback? I'm sorry. Can you win in Cleveland with a rookie quarterback, bro? Come on now. Somebody speak English now.
None of those
but with that defense, maybe so.
None of those guys are Jaden Daniels.
None
of those guys are Jaden Daniels.
Shador play Cleveland go 8-8.
I hear that. That's fair. That's better.
That's better than it was
That's a fair assessment.
I give him 8-8.
So
I got that much faith in him.
Yeah, but
8-8.
So what makes him? So we're talking like he's a special talent, like he's a dang on Lamar Jackson or some freaking body. I haven't seen him come out the pack. I haven't seen him come out the pocket. I ain't seen him being the black ghost yet.
He'll turn that corner every now and then.
Yeah,
but like one of the coaches did say, Shador take sacks he shouldn't take.
That's where I'm looking at. Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the universal. What we see in the black quarterbacks, we see the run and throw. You know, the dual threat. I don't see Shador having that dual threat to be the player that y'all think he is. I don't see that. I think Shador should have been an undrafted free agent.
Wow. Oh, come on, man. Come on now.
Come on now. I can start something. That's why y'all buying the jersey, man. That's why y'all buying the jersey.
No, Britt. The man started out.
I was saying this to Dion. Dion gonna call you tonight.
Right.
So you saying that we gonna take Cam out of the conversation, okay? So you saying that you like Dart, Show, however you say his name, Gabriel, and Milroe more than you like Shador. You like those 4 guys more than you like Shador?
Would you start them with your franchise over Shador?
I would start Milroe, Dart.
I would.
What do you just?
trying to get Milroe.
What have you seen from those guys?
I think Dart is going to be a bust. I think he's going to be a bust. Even though he played under Lane Kiffin, I think he's going to be a bust.
Yeah,
Milroe can get out the pocket. He can get around that corner.
I'm with that.
and
So
Milroe can throw
you
the
talking
ball.
physical gifts. You're not just talking about because I don't think Milroe plays a down in the league.
You don't think so?
Oh,
No.
I think Miro get it on.
I
Miro
don't
can
think Milroe
Bro,
gonna
Miro
make
and
an
can
I'm
go.
telling
impact
you
like
this
that,
from
man.
I
he
think that
has
why
all the physical gifts.
I think he's the
He
next
has all the
Lamar.
physical gifts. He
Yeah.
just don't play football real good. And I
I
think it's
think
because I don't think he
That,
thinks on his toes.
Well,
good
they say
point.
they're thinking about moving the wide out too.
He fast
yeah.
as
But
all
you
get
hear me
out,
though.
but
I'm talking about
Nick,
quarterback though.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with you, Nick, all the way.
I
I
don't
got the
think
door.
he hasn't shown us whether it was under Saban or under this new guy. He ain't showed us no good football.
Not
The
consistently at
machine got
all.
behind him and made him a preseason Heisman
He
hope.
won though. He
Yeah,
won.
we in SEC too.
He's a
Did he
winner.
win though?
He
When they needed him
won.
to win in that bowl game, what did he do?
He
Man.
fumbled the ball in that ball, but he put too much pressure on
No, he did
Come on,
more than
Coach,
kid.
fumble
come on,
that
Coach
ball if
Brown.
you watch that
Talk
game, bro.
to him,
He
Coach
put a lot
Brown.
of pressure on that 20-year-old kid in the last 10 seconds of the game.
He
I don't
played terribly that game.
They
see
should have never.
Shador.
I would have never called that up the middle play. That was
I
a
wouldn't
tough
either.
play.
Yes, right.
And
I'm
Nick
with
I
even
you.
don't see
said,
I'm with you on that one play. I'm with you on
yeah,
that one
Nick
play,
even
coach. But what
said
about
that
the
was
rest of the
dumb.
game? But what about the rest of the game, coach?
He kept him in the game. He kept him in the
No, he
game.
didn't. He kept him out the game. He kept the other team in the game.
I have as we speak right now, I have Shador and Shiloh getting cut, released from the
No,
NFL.
no.
I don't agree
The
with
league bought
I
money.
don't agree with
The league
Shador, but
bought
I agree with
money.
Shiloh.
The league bought money. They're gonna make money off
That
them
might be a
boys.
financial
They don't
decision.
make
I
they
give
done
you
did
that,
it. They
but I
made
don't think Shador gets cut.
money off of Russell.
I
But
think Shiloh will be a special teams player for Tampa Bay.
I think they'll get
I don't
cut.
think Shiloh makes our
I think
team
both of
though.
them get released this year. I
I
think
think
both
he'll
of them get
make
released.
Tampa Bay.
I think
Tampa Bay released.
Shiloh go back and be a defensive back coach for his daddy. And I
Tampa
think
Bay
Shador
released
go back and be the quarterback coach for his daddy.
Tampa
Where he
Bay.
Boy,
bad?
You hear me now?
that boy
You hear me,
handball,
daddy?
ain't he?
I think both of them go back and get up under their daddy. That's who got the goddamn money. Oh, excuse me, bro. Yo, excuse me.
Boy,
That's
you
who
Told you,
got the
hell,
you
money.
boy.
took too many
Y'all
hits.
Daddy
He
got the
crazy.
told you.
money. Daddy got the movement.
He told you.
That boy, hell, he saying
Y'all
don't
something
get
else,
cut.
man.
Neither one of them worth a darn.
That
Goodness
who?
gracious.
Who? You hear me? Both of them go back to
Goodness
dad. After this
gracious.
year, after this year, they go right back to daddy.
Give him a chance, man.
After
Give
this
him another
year,
chance,
they
man.
say daddy, we ain't with this here.
Hey, Coach Pran calling you tonight. What? You gonna see a number you ain't seen
I
on
get
your
him.
phone?
I give him. You know, my brother used to date one of his CC
Oh
Sanders.
Boy,
Lord.
My brother
Oh
used to
no.
date her.
yeah,
She was a part of the family here for a while.
yeah.
You
Okay.
know, so
All right.
that was a big thing. That's I'll get him called Hambry. I'll get him called my brother, my big brother.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm almost out of time, but I'm gonna do this right here for Eric. Eric, you want to see the book? Here's a story for you right here.
Okay.
Risky radio role. Darryl Natil
Ah,
never suffered a serious injury as a Wildcat football player from 77 through 80. That's old, I'm old, ain't I? But last year, the WELE color analyst was injured on the sideline. Let me tell you the story. Florida Classic, we beat FAMU. In the celebration, I'm trying to get the coach wide, to do the interview. Somebody
Wow.
stepped on my foot. So
Wow.
I'm thinking I got a sprained ankle. So for a week,
Hey.
I'm going to the podiatrist. They putting the ice on it, putting the electrodes on it. So that next week we go to the playoffs to play Georgia Southern. Okay, I'm sitting in a restaurant with Mike Johnson, the other play-by-play guy, and I got my foot in a bucket of ice wrapped
Wow.
up, and the waitress goes Heimlich, and I go where? She goes over there. I hobble across the restaurant. There was a 350-pound man, blue. He was blue,
Wow.
choking. I did the Heimlich, and I shot a piece of steak across the room when I hit him.
Wow.
I had 15 Heinekens on my table when I got back.
Good God Almighty.
That's a true story. But the moral behind the story was God was bothering me. God was pulling on me so hard. God said, if you don't believe me, I'm going to perform a miracle through you.
Wow.
Wow.
The next day, I
That's
found out I
awesome.
had a torn Achilles.
Wow.
Goodness
I walked around
gracious.
a week with a torn Achilles, didn't even know it. I did the Heimlich
Thought it was
maneuver
a
on that
sprained
guy
ankle.
with a torn Achilles.
Wow.
Wow.
So, Eric, it's in the book. Another story. This guy, his name Pliers, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I call him Pliers. I'll tell you why. He performed with the Marching Wildcats at the 2008 Florida Classic, and I was going for an interview with him after he came off the field. But I had to do a swim move, a three-step weave to get past his security guy. So I'm gonna call him Pliers. I was almost like a pliers. I almost had to ply my way to him to interview him.
That might have been my homeboy Snooky, his bodyguard.
Yeah, Snooky, that's right.
He a big fat dude. He was a big fat dude. I'm telling you, boy, I did a quick swim move, like knocked his hand down, and I went up under him, and I got over the ply. So I'm calling them Pliers.
Hey, them sidelines mean, man.
Hey, I'm mean sideline.
You got JUCO basketball down there, Coach?
Huh?
You got JUCO basketball down there?
Yeah. We start this year.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna get with Natil and get your number, and I'm gonna get Nick number down there. I'm gonna get your number with Natil.
All right, cool. Yeah,
and I'll hit y'all probably tomorrow. He's on.
Yeah, I got some kids I'm trying to play somewhere, man. I got to try to play some of these kids.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna connect everybody up. We've gone an hour and 30 minutes. This has been by far one of the best locker room podcasts. I already knew it was gonna be like this.
Hey, man,
this is one of the best ones I've had. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send everybody a copy of this. Please share it.
Yeah.
I need subscribers. Please. I need subscribers because I'm taking this thing to another level. Here's my disclaimer again. The Locker Room Podcast is intended for entertainment and information purpose only. The views and opinions by Hambrick, not by Hambrick, but the views and the opinions expressed by the host and the guest are their own opinion and do not necessarily reflect these of any affiliation, organization, employer, sponsor, or partners. Listening and view discretion is advised. Because Mr. Hambrick, look here, bro. I'm gonna bring you back again, man. You had us going today, buddy.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys having me, man. I'm trying to knock the dust off, man. I didn't know I talked so much, Nick. You know, I'm glad you. I've been to Michelle for so long, I forgot to even know how to talk about it.
Man, we
I tell you what we do.
Fun in that game, man. We all came together at the end of the game on the field and chopped it up a little bit after the game, man.
The referees is drinking liquor.
I have a weird memory like that. I really don't forget. I don't forget much at all, bro.
Yeah, man. I done got beat up.
Here's what we're gonna do. At the Edward Waters game, that Thursday night before the Edward Waters game, let's do another podcast. Same guys. Is Coach Brown, if you're available?
I'm in.
And if Troy's gonna come to Daytona with Eric,
said I get
trip over.
Yeah, I'm not far.
Man,
I'm not far away.
Willie, my baby will be out there on the field.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're all for it. I have a daughter going down to college down. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, I also heard that UPS putting down 20,000 jobs. But Eric, you don't work for UPS, right? You work for the United States Post Office.
Yeah, USPS. They
you good?
Down too. Yeah, they putting us down. But
yeah,
he got 10. Okay. You know, he good.
I'm good.
He's been there 30 years. How many years you been there?
13, man. 13.
Yeah, look at it.
Stress free.
Okay.
Stress free.
All right. Hey, I'm out of time. Definitely never, ever out of sports. You've been watching the Locker Room. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Hell Wildcats.
Hell Wildcats.
One time for them down.
Y'all have a good evening, man.
I want them Cowboys.
Yeah, man. Let's pass.